Hey guys, welcome to the fourth episode of the Bird Brothers, where my brother and we're two brothers in Ohio. We talk Eagles football once a week. Today we're going to talk about what position group we're most looking forward to seeing this season. Been a lot of changes, and I know three come to mind for me. But what position group do you think you're most excited to see, Ryan, and why?
Originally, I'm thinking, wide receivers, just because the new addition and Devontae Smith having a legitimate counterpart, and seeing what he can really do. But I've said it before on other episodes. I'm a defensive guy, so the D line, super excited about the D line. I'm literally I was like, man, I need to, in my head, I rattled off a bunch of names, and I was like, man, we got 8 legit guys that we're gonna cycle in, and so I started trying to jot. I was like, I want to jot them down because I'm thinking in my head there's too many that I'm naming off, but and it depends on how they use Reddick as well. If he comes off the edge mostly, he's probably gonna be. Considered a defensive lineman. They might have him listed as linebacker or whatever for their scheme, but yeah. Definitely defensive line for me with the addition of, the big man Jordan Davis, and we still have Javon Hargrave, Milton Williams. So that's what I'm most excited about, see Fletch, be able to cycle in. I can't imagine going against Fletch and let's say Hargrave, and then you're tired, it's third down and they bring in Jordan Davis. You got to go against Jordan Davis now, so that's what I'm most excited about. Just getting after the quarterback.
Yeah, and even now that you say that, even I would think Jordan Davis would probably be in there more on first and second down, but Fletch being, I want Fletch on the field. I don't know how much is left in his tank. I feel like he's still a very good player.
Yeah.
He didn't like the scheme, it was pretty apparent, but I hope that he, can stay fresh, and late into the season we're contending, and he can rush the passer. He's one of the best interior pass rushers at getting pressure and collapsing the pocket. So
yeah, I think that's a good point. With the being able to keep people fresh and injury free, because we don't have to play them 80% of the downs, because we have. If Milton Williams is our fourth best interior guy, if you go based off depth chart, and that's pretty crazy, because I really liked, we talked about the draft, I really liked Milton Williams. I wasn't sitting here, pounding the table for him, we have to get this guy, but he was on one of my lists where I was like, man, I don't know why he's dropped, as far as people's boards, but when he's our fourth, and we'll have Sweat, Graham, Barnett, Reddick, and I'm sure, they're going to move Jordan Davis around, I hope. Just put him. He's just a monster, man. So I'm super excited about that. And then again with Davion Taylor, who knows what he's going to be doing? Super uber talented, but we don't know what he's going to be doing. So yeah, that's definitely my pick. I was tempted to go linebacker, but I think there's a little more excitement for me on the D line.
Yeah. Those are good points. Before we move on to what I'm looking forward to most, and we'll stay on the D line, Milton Williams really started towards the end of the year. He showed some flashes. I think he had a game. He had 2 sacks.
Yeah.
I know if you look at his spider graph, his speed and broad jump, and all the things that they measure, his spider graph is crazy. His weight. Everything's big, but his weight is small.
Yeah.
He's a light. Is he 280?
Yeah, I think he's not. Yeah, I think he's a smaller, he's to me, what a 4.3 edge rusher would be, something like that, that size. But he's a little bigger than I'm thinking, but I know he's definitely powerful. Pushes the pocket, and on long drawn out run plays, he doesn't seem to really get pushed back. He holds his ground pretty well. So yeah, the fact that he's, just based off depth chart and not personal opinion because we haven't seen Jordan Davis, professionally yet. But I liked what I saw from Milton Williams, and if he is in fact our fourth, best interior guy who's pretty versatile, then we'll be in good shape. But I think it'll really help, give Fletch some breathing, and they move Graham around as well. So there could be times where Graham's interior, with Hargrave or whoever, and then Fletch and Jordan Davis cycle in, and it's a scary combo if you're an offensive lineman.
Yeah, the D line's a great pick, man. They have Milton Williams listed. That's what I was looking up. 6'3", 290. He's only 23.
Yeah.
He strikes me kind of as a guy that like needed, and I mean, they say everybody needs to, all rookies, they needed to get stronger.
Yeah.
He's like so athletic. And if he's gotten, which he should, he's in a, he's doing this, he's getting paid to do this.
Right.
He's on the weights all year round, and he should have a chip on his shoulder. He shouldn't be too comfortable. He was like a third or fourth round pick.
Yeah.
Third round pick.
Yeah.
He's got guys in the room that Fletch and Hargrave, and now they draft one in the first round. Maybe that kind of like,
yeah.
I think he's definitely going to make the team, obviously, but I mean, he could potentially replace Hargrave in a year or two if he plays well.
Yeah.
Or Fletch, maybe whoever they replace first, but I'm excited about him. Yeah, Reddick better be rushing the passer all the time.
I hope so.
He better not be doing anything else. I mean, I don't care if he can drop in coverage. Can he drop in coverage as good as Nakobe Dean or Taylor?
Right.
Or TJ Edwards? Like, I feel like there's probably 3 linebackers that are better suited to use in coverage. And he's the only one, maybe Nakobe Dean. He's shown Nakobe Dean can blitz, but Reddick is a true pass rusher. I hope that's what I don't want to see him dropping in coverage, man, at all. I know he will once in a while. I don't care once in a while if he's the spy or they want to confuse the quarterback or something.
Right.
But yeah.
I'm hoping that, and maybe they'll just use him as like a, actual like blitzing, like when he cycles in, one of those just obvious things. It's hard to stop. If we got our D line in and Reddick comes in just to blitz, like if we think we're, going that, but yeah, I would assume he's going to play that role. I wouldn't think he's going to be dropping into coverage a ton, but who knows? Maybe they got him in camp and they loved what he did, but I would assume he's going to be rushing the passer. That would be my guess.
I always worry about the Eagles not using guys right.
Yeah, same here.
These are new coaches, and Sirianni, he's done well with it. You know?
Yeah.
They made massive adjustments with Hurts in the offense. They'll, hey, you know what? We can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
We're gonna run, and we're great at that. So, yeah, the D line's going to be excited, and linebacker too. It's gonna be awesome. There's so many guys. So the first 3 things that came to my mind, like what I'm most excited to see was wide receiver, corner, offensive line. But see, the offensive line hasn't really changed. I just think that, Mailata and Dickerson, they're getting better and better. So, if Lane Johnson stays at that level, Kelsey stays at that level, Mailata and Dickerson get better. Say Malu comes back to play right guard. Like, I like offensive line. I like the lines. I like the trenches, and I know that's kind of what drives the game. But so I'm excited. Those are the 3 groups I thought about. So I'm going to talk about corner, because wide receiver, it's really exciting as well. And we can only pick one, right? We should have picked our top 3, right? Each.
Yeah, top 3 and
cover most of the team.
Okay, yeah, the whole position. But
man, it's true. If you think about the defense, I'm excited to see the linebackers, the D line, and the secondary. Oh, you're excited to see everybody, Kyle? Yeah,
right.
Every position group. And then the offensive line, I would say I'm not excited about the running backs. Like, And I like the running backs, but nothing's changed. There's no new,
Right.
nothing new or fresh. I do think we'll see a leap in Gainwell.
Yeah.
So as an Eagles fan, you just find a way to get excited about everything, I guess. But
I like Gainwell. I
like
mean,
Gainwell too.
before we drafted him, I was like, another guy I had on the list where I was like, I like Gainwell's tape. He's a little undersized, but I like him. I think you're not gonna pound it down their throat with him. He's not Derrick Henry, but there's not really any Derrick Henrys out there. But no, I think it'll be some type of committee thing. But I think Gainwell will have probably a pretty big jump in play time. Yeah, that'd be probably my pick too, on what I'm least excited about. Well, maybe safety, but we'll see. Hopefully the safeties take a leap. We're not just average.
You see, we signed that Jaquiski Tart.
Yeah.
He's best well known for dropping the interception versus the Rams.
Yeah.
But I'm just being facetious. Like, he's a good player. He's solid.
Yeah.
He's 30, but no one's, you know what you're going to get.
Right. He's a solid depth guy.
I would think he's going to be, it depends on Anthony Harris's health, but I mean, Harris, I've heard that they like the younger guy. Who's the other safety? I'm blanking. Epps. I've heard that they like Epps, Marcus Epps, like more than Harris. Like, if one of them's not playing, it's going to be Harris. No, we'll see. I've seen Epps do some good things, but so with corner, I pulled up the roster, and I'm going to obviously, the starters would be Darius Slay and James Bradbury.
Yeah.
First of all, and then you got Avonte Maddox in the nickel. So first off, in all my years of watching the Eagles, I think this is the best group, the best top three, like, projected starters that I can remember. And I saw Troy Vincent, Bobby Taylor. I don't remember who the nickel was, but back then the nickel wasn't. I don't think the nickel was really talked about. You didn't really think about a third corner in the early 2000s.
Right.
So Troy Vincent, Bobby Taylor, and then Lito Shepherd, Sheldon Brown.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Since then, we've tried with Byron Maxwell.
Yeah.
Nnamdi Asamoah, which was so exciting, and then we didn't use him right. Or he also wanted to be an actor or something. It was weird socially, they said.
Yeah.
He didn't eat lunch with the guys and stuff. It was weird. But Slay is a pro. Bradbury is a pro. That's great, man. That's huge. These guys know how to play zone. They know how to play man. The guys are they're gonna cover up their section of the field really well. They're gonna handle their assignment at a pretty high level, and this makes it so much harder on the quarterback. And you factor in the D line, like Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox pushing the pocket, Reddick, Graham, Josh Sweat. And you know what? I'm not a huge Derek Barnett fan. I hope Barnett develops and really, takes a big step forward as a late bloomer. I'm always rooting for that. But when Derek Barnett's your fourth, he's your fourth defensive end, not even counting Reddick. Reddick's basically a defensive end. So he's Derek Barnett's your fifth or sixth best pass rusher. And that's not even counting Fletcher Cox or Javon Hargrave. If you factor them in, Derek Barnett's 8th, 9th, 10th best pass rusher. So that's going to help the corners a ton. Really excited. Really excited.
Yeah.
My mind's thinking about Reddick and then Nakobe Dean blitzing up the A gap or blitzing from his linebacker position.
Well, it also we're not forced to throw Avonte Maddox outside where we were last year, where you'd see whoever you're playing, let's just throw a hypothetical out. You're throwing, the Buccaneers out there, and Mike Evans goes to Avonte Maddox side, and it's like, man, like I love Avonte Maddox in the slot. I love him covering guys near his size, quick little, quick twitch guys. And he played well. There were games where he played very well outside, but you can't expect him to go out of his realm. That's like if we dropped, remember how we used to drop Brandon Graham into coverage? It's like, that's not his realm, man. Like, he's just a powerful, compact guy that needs to just be pushed in the pocket, rushing the edge, do what he does best. So I'm excited that adding him is going to give Avonte Maddox a choice, I think, to take a huge leap, at the nickel corner. And it'll give us more options for blitzing, things like that, where you have 3 solid corners where you can blitz safeties, maybe go single high, stuff like that, and get more people in the box against teams that we know might want to run the ball, or, quick pass, things like that. So I'm excited for that too. Like I always say, I've probably said every episode, I'm a defensive guy. So anytime we add something on the defense, it's exciting.
Yeah, tons of great players to be excited about on the defense overall. I mean, Nakobe Dean. Like, think about this: in a regular Eagles off season, we've not even mentioned him, I don't think, in any of our 4 episodes.
Yeah.
In a regular Eagles off season, we would be excited about Kaiser White.
Yeah.
And I think Kaiser White's the best linebacker we've signed in years.
Or
If you think about all the ones, Paul Warlow, Corey something, like, didn't even make the team. Paul Warlow got hurt. Corey Nelson, I think. There was a linebacker.
He's definitely the best, probably since like Nigel Bradham.
But I don't think Bradham was even a big signing when we got him. He turned into a good player.
Yeah, he turned into a better player, but that's kind of proves the point that we don't value it. Maybe we do now, but we didn't value it forever. I mean, if you go back way back, like, and like the days of like Trotter and stuff, like those days were exciting, man. But that was also a different time. The thumper linebackers aren't around too much anymore. They exist. There were a few in this past draft that I liked, but I wasn't going to push my luck and think we're going to get a linebacker that's a thumper as well. But no, I was ecstatic for Dean, and I hope he has a good camp, and they're super excited. And week 1 rolls around and he's on the field.
Is there any linebacker that you would have preferred to have over Dean in this draft?
Not really, man. Like, I get like the whole injury thing. Like, he had a few little injuries. I think he had like a torn pec or some type of pec injury. And they said that's why he kind of started to fall. But no, I mean, I think there were 2 legit, like the top 2 were for me at least dead set. That wasn't going to change no matter how much tape you watched, because that's just, what it was. But there were a lot of freak linebackers in this draft. Quay Walker, Canyon Tyndall, the guy from Wyoming, Chad Moa or something like that. There were a lot. I mean, I had like 15 guys that I thought were like top 3 rounds, and maybe even top 2. And some of them were better players, put up better numbers, but then some of them were like, projection guys. We were like, I'm just hoping that, his size, speed, skill set transfers into the NFL, and with good coaching, he can develop. So no, I don't think so, man. I mean, you could probably twist my arm maybe a little and watch a little tape and maybe make a split decision, but no, I'm super happy about getting Nakobe Dean for sure.
Me too, man. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the corners, but the guy from Utah that went in the first round to the Jets, he's long, got like, long wingspan. He's athletic, but he ran like a 4.7.
Yeah.
I still think he's a great linebacker.
He plays faster than that. I mean, it's strange. Like, you can't put too much weight into the combine, into the 40-yard dash, because it's just, I mean, imagine like the best linebacker in the country, like hands down statistically, you watch his tape, like, man, this guy, he's legit, and then he goes and has a bad combine, and now he's a second round pick. To me, that's insanity. Like, I understand it matters, but at the same time, if you're doing these, the things that I need you to play football. I don't need you to run fast in a straight line. I need you to play football. And he gets sideline to sideline quick. So too much weight, I think, is put in, especially for a linebacker.
Yeah.
You want some speed, but I don't need a 4.3 guy, because that doesn't mean you're going to be a good football player.
Yeah. You don't get a chance to really open up and full stride. You're
Right.
playing in a box.
Yeah.
It's a game of like seeing 2 steps forward, sliding. Like it's a different style. It's not running down the field. So I agree. Really excited about Dean too. So obviously I've talked about the top 3 corners. I was looking at the roster today. We've got right now on our roster, we've got 13 corners. Josh Blackwell,
Yeah.
Who's a rookie out of Duke, who ran like a 4.3. Of course, Bradbury, Mario Goodrich, who I believe was a 5-star corner that went to Clemson, more of a zone corner, 6 foot, 22 years old. We signed him as an undrafted rookie. Tay Gowan, the guy we got in the Zach Ertz trade.
Yeah.
He's 6'1", 24. Craig James won't be on the team unless they keep him for special teams. He's 26. He's a pretty good special teams player though. So maybe, maybe they think they can keep some of these other guys as a developmental. Josh Jobe from Alabama.
Yeah.
Vontae Maddox, Mac McCain, Zach McPherson, who was a 4th round pick.
Yeah.
24, definitely more of a zone guy. Now, we signed this guy recently, Jimmy Moreland. You know who he is?
Dude, Panthers.
I think he did. He played for the Redskins too.
Yeah.
I believe he was the one that picked off, maybe it was Fabian Moreau, but I was thinking that Jimmy Moreland picked off Carson Wentz in the first game of Wentz's last year. But Jimmy Moreland's played at the pro level. He's got some pretty good experience, like more experience than Zach McPherson. So he's got some valuable experience. And he got cut by the Texans after they drafted Stingley. So we'll see. Josiah Scott.
Yeah.
23. I loved we traded for him. Like a bottom of the roster, swapped players or sent like a 7th rounder or something, but he's kind of like a little nickel. He was super athletic, 5'9", ran a 4.3, like looks really athletic. Got toasted by the Cowboys the last game of the year last year. They let all these young guys play, and it looked like they were playing man, and he did not look good. Neither did this guy, Kerry Vincent. But I think that I'm kind of intrigued as far as the bottom of the roster goes. I'm kind of most intrigued by, I kind of want to see what Zach McPherson can be. They drafted him in the 4th round, but I'm kind of excited about Mario Goodrich. I'm hoping that there's just a late round. We got 13 guys on the team. I'm hoping that there's one that, has an innate feel for zone, catches on to the playbook, just seems to be around the ball, like makes plays, finds a way to get it done. Like the Donald Driver type of player that just finds a way to get it done. So I'm super excited about that, man, because it's, we've just been toasted by wide receivers, and the Cowboys, they still have great wide receivers, and we're going to be able to match up with them a lot better. CeeDee Lamb, like I'm not going to be like worried. Oh, they got 3 receivers: CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and all we have is Slay.
Right.
And so I think we're going to be able to match up a lot better.
Yeah.
Excited for that.
So I think Oh, I like the idea of going and getting like these 5-star recruits that maybe didn't perform as well. You know, you mentioned Josh Jobe from Bama. I'm all for going and getting an undrafted guy or even a 7th rounder if we don't have someone we love. Go take a shot at some guy who played at Bama for 4 years but wasn't like a stud because he got outshined by potentially the best corner to come out. You know what I mean? Like I'm fine with that. I like going like he played at Bama, he stayed on the team, and he got playing time.
He was a
So
starter, wasn't he?
yeah, he played. I mean, he wasn't like obviously the best corner on the team, but like same with the Goodrich. Like I like going to these big schools where the guys that are recruited normally 4 or 5 stars, you'll have some 3s. But I like the idea of that. It's very little risk. Just go out and throw. It's like a lottery ticket. Throw another lottery ticket in there and see what happens. But yeah, I'm excited for the corners too. I'm excited just finally, like you said, not have to worry. Like provided we stay healthy, we should be right there with top teams in the league as far as coverage goes.
I agree. Well, we could probably talk for another half hour or another hour, but that'll do it for this one, guys. We covered. So Ryan's most excited about the defensive line. Ryan, if you could pick one player you're most excited to see on the D line, who would it be?
Jordan Davis. Yeah, that's an easy one for me. I just looking at just looking at him in practice, or even I saw like a video of him just like walking out of the gym and just like jersey and shorts, and like he's standing. I don't know who he's standing beside. Standing beside a trainer and another player, but he's facing the other way, and I'm like, it just doesn't look. Sometimes it doesn't look real. Like we have to block this guy along with Fletcher Cox, along with Josh Sweat. So yeah, he's definitely my pick.
That's a 4.78.
Yeah, just a monster. I want to see him and Mailata stand beside each other. See the comparisons, but
that's the thing, dude. Mailata's bigger.
Yeah,
Mailata's 6'8", 360. They say he plays at more like 380. I mean, I've heard someone say that. I don't know what he weighs, but and Davis is 6'6", 340, and they're gonna have him slim down so he can rush the passer. He'll probably play like 320.
Yeah.
Might get, I don't know how small he'll get, but 6'6". Yeah, he's a beast. And I heard an interview with him, Brandon Graham, talking about him.
Yeah.
He was just talking about, Brandon Graham's like attitude and energy. And he was just talking about Jordan Davis. Like, man, he's a big boy, and he pushes the weights around, and it doesn't look very difficult for him. And he's got the way he moves. He's got everything he needs. So he's very exciting. I'm most, as far as my group goes with corner, of course it's Bradbury. I'm most excited to see Bradbury. He was the number 1 for the Giants. And, last year he graded out as a top 10 zone corner, but the year previous, he was like the 6th best corner overall.
Yeah.
Man, zone, everything. Like that's tippy top in the leagues. Like that's incredible. And he's our number 2. And with the Giants, there's so much like volatility, and like you're not playing for anything, and it's they just fired their head coach. Now they got a new head coach, and that I think they fired their GM. They got a new GM. It's like,
right.
It's so much going on. So sometimes you find a guy like that who was just in like a chaotic situation, and then his play steps back up to what he's capable of. So I'm most excited to see him. Guys, we encourage you guys to leave some comments. We appreciate the support. Let us know what position group you're most excited to see. And we'll be back next week with our 6th episode of the Bird Brothers. If you haven't, please like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next week. Have a good weekend.